All right, welcome to Teaching Crypto. Please hit that like, that subscribe button, bell notification. Super chats in the store are open. So I'm excited today because, as you can see, Bitcoin is making a run towards 110K. And I would love to see us hit 125 this month in July. So what needs to happen for that to occur? Well, you got to get a base, which we have right now at 109K, and you got to get some reasons why Bitcoin will run. So a couple things I want to go over. The 3-day Bollinger Bands have reached the highest in the cycle. That means at this point, Bitcoin is coiled up and it's ready for a major move. And all data is pointing to that going up, not going down. So as you can see right now, we've struggled a bit, early in July. We tempted 110, couldn't quite get there. This morning, as I speak to you, we're at $109,747 Bitcoin. And I would be shocked if we didn't get to over 110 today. In fact, I'm expecting 111K today, Wednesday, July 9th. Now, other things. The House Ways and Means Committee will hold a hearing today to discuss how to make America the, quote, crypto capital of the world. And there are some rumors about taxes and tax breaks. You've seen Ohio already try to pass a law that a certain amount of Bitcoin would not count towards a capital gains tax and spending on it. So that's big. But another one, statistically, 80% of all the Bitcoin that will ever exist is currently being hodled. That's only happened 2 times in Bitcoin's 15-year history. And the last time that happened, we went from 30K to 73K and from 58K to 105K. So that is a good indication we are finally ready to roll here. So I'm really expecting some movement, definitely. I mean, we've got 3.5 weeks left in July. I would be disappointed if we didn't get to 125. Really, 120 is my worst case for this month. Again, could have egg on my face, but I'm pretty excited. So those are going on. You just see a lot more and more people are buying Bitcoin. Now, how is that going to relate to alt season? Well, you see ETH today finally pushing towards 2,600. I would love to see ETH finally get above 3K this week. That would be great for some of the alts. I know everyone has been frustrated with no altcoin season. And again, I do think there will be one. When you get Bitcoin to 150 to 180, that gives you room for an alt season. But the alt season, again, I don't think is sustainable for 3 or 4 months. I think this is a 1 or 2 month deal. Okay. So for alts, you got to understand that basically it's going to be, one day something's going to run, the next day something else is going to run. I do like XRP a lot. Now, to be honest, I do hold some, but I'm thinking XRP could make an easy run to $4 over the next few months. And I know that sounds hard to believe because all the alts have kind of been stagnant. The one thing you got to remember about XRP, during this year, its high has been $3.40. The all-time high is $3.84. I do expect that to pick up. I expect the $4 XRP. A lot of other things are kind of just stagnant for now. But again, I do expect things to kind of really, really intensify here. So there's a lot of exciting things happening. And so obviously you want to see Bitcoin gain some momentum. You want to see retail back in. You want to see people excited about Bitcoin. People have been kind of bored with this 108K, which is kind of crazy, right? Because obviously, if you zoom out, things are quite different. Just a year ago, for example, guess what? The low for 12 months ago, July of 2024, $56,700, right? So again, once you zoom out, and even this month, things were not great, right? I mean, it wasn't that while ago that we dipped under 100K. So seeing it get to over 110 would be really, really, really nice. So I'm really liking this movement here. And I think alts will follow. Finally, we'll see what comes with this House Ways and Means Committee hearing today to make crypto, to make the US the crypto capital of the world. Again, sometimes there's a lot of talk and not as much action, but I do believe that things will ramp up. So, what can you do? Well, if you're completely on the sidelines right now, do your own research. But this might be kind of your last time to come on in during this bull run. I know this bull run's been frustrating. I know it hasn't been like the last two, but this is kind of it. You know, you don't want to do this. You don't want to see us hit 125K a week from today and say, all right, now I'm going all in. It might not be too late, but why not get on the ground floor now? Ground floor meaning as of this, specific time, I guess. Things were obviously lower a month ago. Obviously, remember, Bitcoin is never going completely straight up. So that's what I want you to realize. So no matter what, there will be some dips, but I think there are some opportunities here. I really love July, August. Maybe we take a bit of a cool breather in September, because September traditionally is not always that great for Bitcoin, but also October. So July, August, and October, I think the next 3 or 4 months, I don't think Bitcoin's going to just get destroyed in September. It might just level out, right? Because I think we might get to 150 by the end of August. I really do believe that's on the table. Could be dead wrong. Okay. I know, as Mr. FOMO would say, it takes a lot of money to get from 110 to 150, but I do believe it's possible. I definitely believe it's possible. There's definitely some FOMO out there when you see everyone that is going into Bitcoin slowly but surely. So I really like this. I really like this a lot. Now, when is the best time to sell? That question comes up often. For me, I'm looking at October. I'm looking at that 150 again to 180 range. Could we get to 200K? Absolutely. But the longer you hold, the more, let's say, risk you're taking, unless you're looking at this long term. If you're thinking Bitcoin's going to be something I'm going to hold 8 years from now till it gets to 1 million, you just sit back and relax. But if you're trying to maximize profits this cycle, remember we started at 16K. I know it's hard to believe. That was kind of the bare bottom of the bear market. So getting to 160 is a 10x. That's not horrible considering how much money it causes to move Bitcoin. So I know some people would be disappointed it didn't get to 200K. To be honest with you, my ETH taking profit stage is anything between 4 and 5K. I don't honestly think ETH can get to 10K. Hope I'm proven wrong. I'm just trying to be realistic for all of you. So if you're holding ETH, I think 4 to 5K is not a bad exit. Could it get to 10K? Possible if we get really super, super hot. We just don't know. The tariff situation with the economy just keeps changing over and over and over. So it's hard to say, okay, now we've got a traditional bull run. I just don't necessarily see it. So some tokens right now that I think are on great discount that are really safe. Obviously, I've talked about ETH. I talked about XRP. Solana right now, I still think the Soul Train can get to 300. And I think right now, getting it at 154, not horrible. Okay. I really like Avalanche a lot. I like Sui. Those are undervalued. But again, you got to understand everything in the altcoin market has kind of been delayed for months and months and months. So you got to be cautious, DCA, do your own research, and be ready to take profits and pounce, right? So for example, if I'm getting Avalanche in the 18s and it gets to 40 sometime in the middle of August, I've got to highly, highly consider taking profits. I would not want to be in any alt in the year 2026. Okay. In fact, I would recommend everyone exiting, do your own research in the month of December. And then I'm looking for Bitcoin to kind of, if let's say we do get to 180, goes back down to the low 100s during the bear, maybe 90K, that'd be a good time to come back in and reload for the next cycle. And who knows, we might not have any cycles again, because I do believe Bitcoin next cycle, we're going to go over the 300K. Okay. Between now and 2028, there's no doubt in my mind we're going over 300K. Now, I know 3 years is a long time, But after the next halving, 300 to 400, definitely possible. Yeah, Micah, it has been depressing, but that's why you need to be 90% Bitcoin. Absolutely. Crypto is changing. We'll see. They keep talking about new laws and regulations. We'll see what happens. The money is just so spread out. When you have millions of tokens, it's not like the old days where there were 200 tokens and everything would just go up based on hype. There's just not enough money there. Guys, thank you so much for supporting the show. We'll be back tomorrow because I'm expecting a big day for Bitcoin. So we'll see you tomorrow. Thank you. Don't forget, hit that like, hit that subscribe button. Have a great day, everybody. Thanks so much.